Hello everybody and welcome to another amazing video of DIY investing. Arbitrum has seen over 60% of all Ethereum transactions leaving the Ethereum chain and going strictly into Arbitrum. With all of this new money, with the TVL surpassing some of the biggest projects in crypto, there is now many new opportunities that are being built on Arbitrum specifically. So for today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys what I feel are the most undervalued projects being built on Arbitrum, the ones that are going to see the most new volume and money when the new bull run starts, and how we can all go about making the most money possible following these exact picks. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and with that being said, let's jump right into it today. Last few videos, we have been talking extensively on why I believe this coming bull run is set to be the biggest of all, if not at least rival the same size of 2017. I believe that the reason why our last bull cycle was so much lackluster has everything to do with the fact that we were inside of a global pandemic. Obviously, there was not nearly the same demand inside of our last cycle as there was with prior cycles, and I believe everything had to do with the fact that we were going through a global pandemic. The majority of the world was shut down completely. Of course, there's not going to be as much money going around inside of a crypto bull run. Now, with that being said, guys, there's another big reason on why I believe our last bull run was also more lackluster, specifically the price of Bitcoin not even hitting 100K. And everything of that had to do with some of the new data and some of the new information that has come out around the FTX exchange collapse. Now guys, as the exchanges collapsed, we're now over a month into this collapse and the fallout from this collapse. One of the big things that's come out, what FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried were doing, all of the new Bitcoin that were being deposited into FTX, you and I's money that we trusted with them, if you had invested a Bitcoin, or what I should say, deposited a Bitcoin onto their exchange, they were actively selling that Bitcoin and buying Solana with it. So they were actively net short Bitcoin the entire bull run. So if the third biggest exchange where a ton of new money is actually coming into it, specifically retail money is coming into it, and all of the Bitcoin reserves are being sold for Solana, that means that they were actively net short the entire bull run. I haven't heard many people talking about this because I don't think many people even know that that was the case, nor do they even have the data that released about this, but that is what they were actively doing. And so the whole bull run, Sam Bankman-Fried and all of his corrupt buddies, they were literally just shorting Bitcoin and longing Solana the entire time. And so I believe a lot of that is also another reason why we could factor in the fact that Bitcoin didn't quite go up as high as we'd expect. Now guys, if our next cycle, and because of the market structure looking so identical to the last bear market that we saw before that 2017 bull run, I firmly believe that our next cycle coming is us going into price appreciation, and specifically us going into price discovery. Look at this. This entire bear market is us just consolidating above the previous high. We can still go a little bit lower and it doesn't change the big picture. Overall, this is the exact same market structure that we saw before the 2017 bull run. Now, if our next cycle is going to be similar and rival the 2017 bull run, what is going to be the best undervalued projects that we can look to invest in? Because this is where I think the most money is going to be made, because this next cycle specifically has some of the best new projects that we've ever seen, and these are going to be some of my top picks heading into it. Now guys, remember, if you find any value in this, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys want to download my free ebook or join the Discord server, links are in the description. Go ahead and check that stuff out. Now the first one on today's list is going to be Apex Pro. Now for you guys that don't know what this is a decentralized exchange that is built on Arbitrum. Arbitrum is seeing over 60% of all Ethereum transactions being done off of Ethereum's chain onto Arbitrum. If that doesn't scream bullish, I don't know what will. Even many of the other projects like Matic aren't even doing nearly the same TVL as Arbitrum is. There's a huge reason why so much money is going into Arbitrum, and it's because it's by far the best leader when it comes to layer 2 protocols. Now, with Apex Pro, this is a decentralized exchange that is being built on Arbitrum. What we're starting to see is a number of the very best and the top leading decentralized exchanges are actually going strictly on Arbitrum, and that's where they're building. I believe that the reason why is just simply because a lot of these developers are seeing how much new value is being made on Arbitrum, how much better it works compared to everything else, and how being early is obviously what's going to make everybody the most money, specifically the developers building the projects. Now, Apex Pro, it handles almost exactly like Bybit if you've used Bybit for leverage trading. I have. It works great. It's by far my favorite exchange for leverage trading. And Apex Pro It allows leverage trading up to futures contracts, and ultimately we have not seen anything get real adoption inside of a decentralized exchange because Ethereum sucks. With Arbitrum getting so much new adoption and us actually having a chain that works to where we can process these type of transactions quickly, efficiently, and cheaply, Apex Pro, I think, is going to surely see a big rise in that, because as far as all of the exchanges go, I've used GMX, I've used Dopex, and I've used Apex Pro, and Apex Pro, in my opinion, is the best one, and it's the easiest to use. Now, the big thing that I like about this chart is the fact that we're still so early that this thing really hasn't even done a whole lot. This entire chart, and this is actually the case on a number of these Arbitrum plays, all they've really done, they've made little impulses, but all they're doing is trending, right? This is all that they've done so far, is just made an uptrend. Keep in mind, guys, I would not be surprised if this trend line fells and we went down like this, do something like that. Just keep in mind, I'm not trying to draw specific targets. I'm not saying that you should go buy right now. I'm saying do your own research. These are going to be projects that do well into the bull run because of the fact I strongly believe in what Arbitrum is building. Now, here's the thing, guys. This entire consolidation is just one large accumulation. When these things take off, we're going to see these type of moves, these big green candles where they just kind of pump. That's kind of the way that these will end up working. This entire move so far has just been us accumulating. And there's a number of exact charts that I've seen, specific coins that are already built on Arbitrum. I've actually seen them do this exact same pattern, minus the breakout. And so if we're seeing a number of these early investment opportunities that are showing some of the better looking accumulation trends inside the market, you can go and look at a number of different altcoins. Majority of them are going to be downtrending. Majority of them are going to look like complete garbage. Whereas what we see with Apex, and not just Apex Pro, but what we also see across the board on a number of Arbitrum alts, is these things are leading the way and they're breaking out early. That tells me that there's a lot of money coming into these. Now, guys, Apex Pro, one of the cool things I like about this exchange is just the fact that the user experience is so much better than many of the other decentralized exchanges I've used. I've used GMX and I've used Dopex. These are two exchanges that are built on Arbitrum, and I'm here to tell you guys that they do not work nearly as good. They're not nearly as user-friendly, and so if there's just the average DEX that people are going to use to trade, buy, sell, do stuff like that, I honestly think that Apex Pro is going to be the first one to see true adoption. Even though, we've seen GMX taking off and it's kind of the leader, this one works a lot better than GMX. GMX, honestly, is kind of crappy. And so that's why I say keep this one on your radar. It's not made a new cycle yet. We're just growing off of this trend line. Every time we've hit this trend line up to this point, it's created a bounce. I'm not going to say that that's exactly what's going to happen. Bitcoin could drop and make a lower low, and this chart's also going to make a lower low. I'm telling you guys to keep these on your list, because these ones are definitely going to be some of the bigger returning assets when it comes to the Arbitrum season and the new bull run. Now, another one on today's list is going to be Magic. Now, Magic is literally Nintendo for Arbitrum, and that's about all I'm going to get into the details with that. Now, guys, this is going to be another big pattern that I've seen a number of these Arbitrum alts do, and all it is just the basic accumulation, right? We've been in this long-term accumulation for a long period of time. Basically, we bottomed in June here across the board on a number of altcoins. Many altcoins made lower lows. The most bullish and the very best altcoins have held support above their June lows. And this is one of those examples. Magic is simply just Nintendo of Arbitrum. I believe that GameFi is going to see a lot of adoption heading into our next cycle, because the future of gaming, the future of AI, the future of the metaverse, it's all going to be done on the blockchain, right? So obviously we're going to see another major GameFi explosion heading into this next bull run. This is one of those tokens that, in my opinion, will see a big amount of adoption because of the amount of money that is in Arbitrum. Now, what we've seen up to this point, we made our rally up. We topped here in August, and then we've pretty much just correcting all the way back down to retest our June lows. Now, this is the case with not only Magic, but a number of these other Arbitrum alts. When they retested their June lows, as the rest of the market dumped and died, this one actually broke out. This Magic actually broke out one of the hardest out of the rest of the market, specifically all of the Arbitrum alts. And so this is why I'm focusing in on it today, is because it tells me that there's a lot of smart money that is buying this. They are seeing this as an opportunity to get in before everybody else does. And so we have managed to make this rally back up to the August highs. But in my opinion, this isn't going to quite break out yet. I still think we're going to have to get a little bit more downside to go before we're ready to that point. But what we're looking at on a big picture is a big breakout of descending resistance, right? This was our descending resistance as we consolidated all the way back down to retest the June lows. This breakout was us getting outside of that descending resistance. And look at all the new volume that came in here. That tells me that this is not going to be breaking and making a lower low. And honestly, I think that that's going to be the case on a number of these Arbitrum alts, like I've stated many, many times. Whereas a number of altcoins are making lower lows, lower highs, they're continuing to drop in this bear market. We are seeing Arbitrum altcoins holding support, and now they're even breaking support past our June low that we hit, whereas Bitcoin, has made multiple lower lows from that point as well. And so if we're seeing tons of new volume coming in here, we're seeing breakouts of descending resistance, and all of this is happening after multi-months of sideways accumulation, I really think that Arbitrum is going to be leading the way, and these altcoins specifically are going to see a nice rise very soon. Now, Dopex is another one. This is one that I've actually used, and it looks similar to Magic minus the breakout. Now, guys, the reason Magic broke out so hard was because there was a huge whale that came in here and bought, and then obviously people FOMO-buyed after the fact that they saw this whale buy up a huge amount of the supply. So Magic itself got accumulated heavily by a whale. That's what caused this huge breakout. Now, with Dopex, it looks the same, but we just haven't quite seen the same breakout. And so with these altcoins, what I'm saying across the board, specifically with these Arbitrum alts, they are holding support better than the rest of the market, right? And what we see here with Dopex, we made this June low, and we hadn't even come all the way back down to retest that low when FTX collapsed, right? We maintained a higher high all the way above that. And so even though we didn't see quite the same breakout as what Magic did, Magic rallied all the way back up to the August highs, we still saw roughly the same sort of thing. I don't know, it can't be confirmed quite yet, but we did manage to get outside of the descending resistance of this downtrend. And so even though we're pulling back here, we could still drop all the way back relatively close to the top of this green box, and it's still going to technically result in a bullish retest, right? And so what we're looking at across the board on a number of these altcoins is the early stages of breakouts. They've already held above their June lows. We've never broken and made lower lows. That tells me that there's plenty of strength inside of the market that we could be looking for new opportunities to get in. With Dopex, this one offers options trading, right? So if you ever traded options inside of the stock market, we don't have anything like that in crypto right now. But the reason why I think that some of these Arbitrum alts and specifically these decentralized exchanges are going to do so well is because we don't have any of this sort of stuff, right? We don't have the ability to leverage trade on a decentralized exchange. We can go and use a decentralized exchange like Uniswap or like 1inch or LooksRare or some of these other ones, but at the end of the day, they're just liquidity pools. We just have to take from the liquidity pool. There's really not much else that goes on. The reason why I think that so much of this new money, and specifically a lot of this new money inside of Arbitrum, is going to leak its way into some of these decentralized exchanges that are being built on Arbitrum, is because many of the DEXs on Arbitrum are very much doing lofty things. They have way bigger goals than any of the other DEXs that we've seen up to this point, because you literally can't even run a proper DEX on Ethereum, like Uniswap. When the fees get really high and you're charging $200 just to swap something, it's not feasible for the average person. Whereas on Arbitrum, the fees are low, anybody can use it, the cost of entry is very low, minimal for the average person. And so I believe that with many of these decentralized exchanges kind of taking that next step up with offering leverage trading, futures trading, options trading, these are all huge reasons on why we're going to see these things take off in a big way. And I believe that this is all reason why we haven't seen them make lower lows below the June low. These are holding better support than the majority of many altcoins out there. If they're holding better support, there's a reason why. It means that there's money coming into these. And so with us getting outside of the descending resistance, even if we make a lower low, or if we double bottom right here and just start going up, I don't really care. These are huge opportunities inside of the market, and I believe the market is pricing them in as follows. Now, another one on the list is going to be DYDX. Now, this is another one of those that is going to be built on Arbitrum. This is another one of those that, in my opinion, is going to do really well just because of the fact it pretty much solves on a number of these issues that are plaguing Uniswap and specifically Ethereum, right? All of the many reasons I've covered on why I believe these DEXs are going to do good, but one of the things I actually like about DYDX, so if we come over here and take that early Bitcoin cycle, we come We overlay it here. In my opinion, you guys kind of get the picture of what I was trying to paint. This is roughly the same sort of consolidation. And that's why I say I don't think that we're going to have much more downside inside of this bear market, because what we see on a number of altcoins is altcoins that have already finished bottoming formations, altcoins that have already broken out of bottoming formations. I mean, we can see that across Dopex. Even if this ends up coming back down and retests this green box, it's still a big picture accumulation, and these are holding better support than any of the other alts. Same with Magic. This one's already broke out, made an obvious breakout out of accumulation. Apex is just grinding and building off this trend line, and all of this is just reason on why I think that these are going to continue to see a lot of upside. What we see with this market is the exact same bottom formation that I've seen a million altcoins create over the course of my 6 years investing. Low, high, midpoint, high, low, right? All we're doing is literally creating the exact same universal patterns that get created every single bear market by the same emotional people that continue to get bearish and continue to sell the bottom, the same people that say it's going to die, the same people that say that we're all dead, never going to see a bull run, is always what happens right before the bottom of it. And so I honestly cannot think of a better opportunity than buying base support, right? Yes, everybody's going to be way too bearish to buy right now. Everybody's going to be way too scared. Oh no, Bitcoin's going to make a lower low. I don't want to buy right now. Right? That's what we're hearing across the board. I've seen so many Twitter polls that are being done right now by big Twitter accounts, and the vast majority of these people are bearish, expecting new lows. The amount of times I've seen Twitter polls that have been majority bearish is never. I literally have never seen that. Even back when COVID happened, there was still people that were believing that the market was bullish, and it was a little bit more of a bearish flip. But I've never seen the majority of people bearish inside of Twitter polls until right now after the FTX collapse. I'm not saying that Bitcoin can't go lower, but what we're seeing on a number of these altcoins is altcoins that look like they have a very obvious bottom being put in. I've shared with you guys a number of these examples, specifically being all of the altcoins being built on Arbitrum. They are holding way better support than anything else inside of the market. That tells me the money is there, they're going to continue to do well, and that's why I'm focusing my bet, concentrating my bets on Arbitrum altcoins. And what we're seeing specifically being built on Arbitrum is a number of decentralized exchanges. That was the case with a number of these cryptos I talked about in today's video. We can talk about one final one here, and that's GMX. This is one I've already been talking to you guys about for a while, but this is really the first leader of the entire Arbitrum ecosystem. This has the highest market cap out of any of the other Arbitrum plays, and when I keep saying that we're going to see a lot of volume kind of coming into these, we've already kind of seen that with GMX. This entire cycle is just stacking one waves, right? This was wave 1, and we're working on wave 3, right? This was wave 1 of 3, and we're still working on wave 3 of 3. There's going to be some huge breakouts that happen inside of this trend. I cannot be more serious when I say that. Even though I don't necessarily like how GMX works, I think the fees are atrocious. It's not as user-friendly as some of the other exchanges. That's why I've stated that, Apex Pro, if you're looking to actually use one of these, this one works a lot better. And so if we're seeing a number of these different altcoins that are taking off in a huge way, these things are seeing way more upward price appreciation than the rest of the market, and it's all because of the fact they're built on Arbitrum. I don't know how many times I need to say it to you guys. I hope you guys understand. I hope that you guys are able to see the value that I'm trying to put out here. There's going to be a huge bull run that takes place very soon, and the people that are positioning themselves right now, finding where the new money is leading, they're going to make the most money. I'm telling you guys right now, the money's going into Arbitrum. Check out Arbitrum. Look at the altcoins I shared with you. There's many other altcoins I didn't talk about. Many altcoins I'm going to continue to look at for myself for accumulation. If you guys need help finding these altcoins, come over here to CoinGecko.com. Go over here to categories. And once you're here on categories, scroll down to number 13 to where it says Arbitrum. Click on that. Once you've clicked on that, you're going to see all of the altcoins that hold support towards Arbitrum. Keep in mind that many of these are cross-chain, Curve, Loopring, Compound, Gnosis, all of these, right? If you scroll down, that's when you're going to start getting into some of these. Beefy Finance, Umami, Stargate, Dopex. These are many of these that are strictly built on Arbitrum. So if you guys need help finding these, go do your own research. There's a number of new crypto projects that are going to be released on Arbitrum that are being built on Arbitrum, with over 60% of ETH transactions being done on Arbitrum. I don't think that you can get much more bullish on Arbitrum like I am. Check it out. Do your research. If you guys found value in this, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of these amazing videos. If you guys want to join the Discord server, download my free ebook. Links are in the description for that. For the people who like to sign up for my signals, follow all the trades that I take. If you guys want to know what I'm buying on Arbitrum, follow all the signals that I'm posting on Arbitrum. Before I do that, you guys need to follow the description inside of this video. There you're going to be able to sign up on my website. Thank you guys so much for the support. And with that being said, I will catch you in the next one. As always, peace out.